Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. So finally, the patch is here. We've been covering this a lot in Global. Spring Jubilee is up. Let's go ahead and collect some resources out of here. Now, of course, this is going to give us some essence or some Twisted Essence regarding Twisted Essence. We are almost maxed out in the entirety within the Elder Tree on this account, which is awesome to see. And then, of course, some diamonds, which is going to allow us to summons. Now, of course, the Dragon 888 promotion code is up as well, which we went ahead and we collected right here. With our 20 scrolls. Now, in addition, Gloria Spectacular 304 is up. And then also the 404 is the copy of Hildwyn. And then, of course, the extra diamonds out there for maintenance. So definitely wanted to pick these up. I want to do some dragon summons this morning because it is very, very early. Now, we have a lot that is going up. As you can see, the Dragon Isles, if you remember from over on the test server, let's explore the Dragon Isle. Let's explore what secret it holds. So the Dragon Pagoda, this has the 3 heroes. Now, a lot of questions, and we've kind of went through, we tested quite a few of these dragons, is it looks like Nyla, which is this first one right here, if you're unfamiliar with them. Nyla seems to be the one to absolutely build out of the core or the regular Ascended Dragons. Now, of course, we know we do have Highborn Dragons as well, which are the 2 right here. So these 2 are the Highborn Dragons, which is Hildwyn and it is Gwen. And then, of course, Nyla is in here as well. Now, I would not spend any of my insignias to build out Nyla or to build out, I think it's Pulina and it is Cassius. I would not spend any of the insignias specifically to go ahead and build those out because you can get them from the regular summons. And over on the test server, we did get them from those regular summons. So essentially, the way that I would look at it is looking at the Wormcrest Spire. This is the place you're going to pull all 3 of these. Now, of course, you do need food for progression, just like we see with our normal heroes, and you need a multitude of copies, which is where a lot of players have kind of been struggling, is getting those copies out. But Nyla and also looking in here on Gwen, and it's not the awakened version of Gwen, it is the draconic version of Gwen, or it is just a new hero Gwen. But overall, this and these are the 2 that I am going to be looking for just based on the information and what we've been testing over on the test server. Those would be the 2 that I'm going to go ahead and build. So let's go ahead, knock out some of these summons, see exactly what we get in here. Now, of course, this is the little guy, the poor Gorgie is the one that we're using for food. So unfortunately, that is the one that is going to be essentially the food for everybody else. And there we go. There is a copy of Cassius. Now, overall, Cassius seems like a pretty solid tank. Going to be one essentially that we're going to build eventually. However, is he the number 1 priority? Do we have some tanks? I feel like no. I feel like Nyla is going to be the one, again, that we're really looking for to build out on a regular basis. And it almost looks like we have the same kind of pity timer. Like every 3 pulls essentially is going to be a copy of a hero. And what did we get there, guys? Boom! It is a copy of Hildwyn. Even though, again, we're not looking for him, there's a very, very low probability. I believe a 0.01% probability of pulling a hero. And we did it, as well as Pulina right there. Now, again, over on the test server, we pulled a lot of copies of Pulina. But I believe, again, just thinking probability-wise, yeah, the 0.1. So we had a very, very low chance of pulling the Highborn, which we did. Still haven't seen Nyla, which we're looking for today. And this is the reason why we saved our diamonds. Don't remind me today. All right, come on. Could we get another one? Boom, there's a double. And it is Cassius and Cassius. Again, we're going to have to come in here. This is going to be a lot of summons again to get some of the food with Gorge. That way we can build them out. And we haven't seen, there's another copy of Pulina. And of course, there's a multitude of events that are up right now that we've been kind of building through. And there we go, guys. There is Nyla. Now, of course, support does an incredible amount of damage. I want to see really the big utility that we're going to find with these heroes. Only time will tell exactly where they're going to be, used. And of course, we get the regular primordial and amplifying emblems out of here. We're actually not getting the better emblems, but we also do get the hero coins. So now out of a multitude of ways, we are getting those hero coins. And then, of course, looking at the copies of Gwen, this is the one that we're looking for on this side. This gives us access to emblems. So these are what you actually need, the scaled threat. And then, of course, the threat emblems. Those are what you need to build out the signature items. Once you hit that plus 20 signature item, this is the only item that is going to take them to a plus 30. Unfortunately, you can't use the red chest. And there we go, guys. There is the first copy of Gwen. So that actually unlocks all of the Draconic. That unlocks all of them. So pretty good. I mean, pretty good with the summons right there. Wormscale Sanctum, of course, this is going to give us a lot of resources just based on the summons. We can go ahead and build this out a little bit. Boom, getting some more attributes and building out the dragons. More HP, more attack, more everything to go in here. And then, of course, we do have the bottom store, which I want to look at because there was a comment about the Draconic armor that it's coming from the shop, and I want to see exactly what that looks like. There we go, guys. So we added a lot more attributes here, and of course, building it up quite a bit in there. Now, again, Dragonforge Trials. Now, the regular heroes don't do very well out of here. Now, these are going to give us the ability to essentially level up our regular heroes up into higher level heroes. As you can see, this is very similar to what we've seen with the Spire. Is once you build one of these out, it is going to upgrade the attributes of everybody, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty interesting, pretty cool on how this is kind of built and how it is being built. And you can see we have 5. Boom, we'll go ahead, we'll level up a signature item. We'll get a level in here. And I think really just going kind of back and forth to build whatever we can in here is going to make a big difference again when we're going through here on the trials. Now, again, players were saying that we had the ability through the dragon store. So we get these dragon bone stamps, and you can actually go in here and buy things out of the shop. And there we go. There is the draconic armor, which it's only 200, but that only gives you limited to 2 chests. Overall, guys, the armor, I feel like, isn't going to be the game changer in here. What's going to be the big game changer in here is getting the copies of the heroes. So getting the exchange to actually go in and summon more copies of Gwen, because of course, that is the only way getting her, short of the regular scrolls, which are super limited even when it comes to there. But again, we're looking to get really any of the copies that we can pick up at this time to go ahead and build these heroes out. Now, of course, this, you just set your team and then that's it. So there's a special thing that is going to be awakened when you drop a Draconic in there. And then, of course, we just have, look at all of the copies that we got of him. But you have all the rest of your heroes, so very similar. I'm wondering just breaking out a regular team that we have in here. And, of course, you can see, even though we do have them built, it's kind of a basic build because they're not, and they do not have the signature items. They do not have pretty much everything that can really amplify how effective most of these heroes are. It's going to have to get to a point where we're building them up a little bit higher to really be effective. Because even thinking like Alna at this point, we don't have the signature item on there. We don't have the furniture on there. So again, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, I would say, to get through. Now, of course, the SP effects still do take effect. So we want to make sure that we are building out, or we do have those SP effects in here. And I'm almost wondering if we see, and I'm thinking this is going to be a big one, is putting the heroes in there. So even putting like a support hero like Nyla, but of course we could put Headwind in there, or Heldwin. But I'm almost wondering, let's just go, and I don't think there's any time that we need to, or that really requires us to build this out, or I think we can just kind of continue doing this until we get to the point of getting kind of the victory in here, which I'm thinking that's kind of the case. Let's drop it in 133. And of course, we're looking for 2 stars. I'm going to have to play around with the combinations in here and see, because of course, this is time trials when we're going through here. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. See, we only got 58. So we want to get all of the points because we want to make sure that we're making progression in there to get all of the points in here. Again, I'm going to have to play around and see what we need essentially to build them up a little bit further and where we can actually build them up, because I think with the Dragon Horn, we have to wait. We have to push kind of as far as we can. Again, I'm going to have to look. Leaderboard, of course, cleared 8, cleared 7. Players are already in here just absolutely crushing it. And you can see the teams that they're using. And look at some of these already built teams in here, which is pretty cool. You know what? I want to try copying the set. Let's see if we can team 1. Oh, team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's copy this formation. Now, I know they did change this up a little bit. And I'm just wondering if early this is going to make a big difference to go ahead and copy the Dragonforge trial team. Now, this has Hildwin in here. So again, even like Pulina, I don't have them built up very far. I'm wondering with the highborn dragon what's it's going to look like. So 1, 2, there we go. So it gave us 3 stars. There we go, a new record. So 3 stars we did get, of course, some threat emblems out of there. And I'm wondering if this is going to be a really strong team to kind of run through a couple of these. If we can do 1, 2, there we go, 1, 2. I don't think anyone's going to one-shot it. 1, boom, 2. All right, so we're a little bit shy there. Again, we're going to have to build them up a little bit further. Draconis insignias, nice. Also got some rare cards in there, very nice, as well as some more resources. Again, we're going to have to look through and kind of build this out, see where we can get those heroes kind of built out to. Now, also, I did have some Stargazer scrolls, so I wanted to hop over here. We do have 60. We are still looking for our last copy of Kelthin, so I'm hoping in here we're just getting and picking up a lot of resources. There's a copy. I believe that is the last copy of Kelthin that we need. And look at all of the baby gorge dragon. That is really cool. So Kelthin, of course, going to unlock that animated avatar. Boom, 1 and 2. Now we do have to put a star on him to get the engraving on there. But of course, in here, we do have a lot of other heroes, which again, we're going to build out Nyla. I'm going to save this food because very similar to our regular heroes, you do need a multitude of food to go ahead and build them out. So as we're continuing our progression and getting more of these draconic heroes, we're of course going to build them out. Now, Beast Ground, the exact same. This is the reason why I saved the bait. There is our 1 single copy of the brand new Eris that we got. And then going in here, Beast Resonance, guys, again, this is the reason. Boom, 47 copies of the Beast Resonance. That takes the Beast full grown all the way to 18, just like that. Huge, 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 especially if the beasts are kind of brand new in here. So again, we're going to have to go through the beast trial. We're going to have to go through and see exactly where the new beast is kind of coming in at. And then of course the Dragon Isle, or not the Dragon Isles, the Oak Inn. This is the place where now we've gotten to the point where we are going to drop out our celestial heroes, or essentially the celestials and the hypos, the awakened heroes. And we're going to drop a lot of other heroes in here because, of course, looking at 88, what do we have? 88,000 Pokecoins. We're going to be at the point where we're going to have to build out the Draconic heroes, and they're not going to have their own tower, unfortunately, guys. I don't think at this point, but we're going to have the ability to actually come in here. Let's optimize him down. Boom. That gives us 2 pieces already. But like I was saying, when you come into the workshop, this is the place we're going to start dropping out all of these heroes and just kind of the build. As you can see, we have pretty much everyone in there. I'm going to put Braun in here as well. Again, just because we don't have any of the furniture on there. Most of the other heroes we have, but even here, boom, I know we don't have them yet. But these are heroes that we're going to build, and we know they are coming in time to kind of fill that out. Now, thinking of the rest of the heroes again, kind of building out the awakened version of Athalia. We need 3 more pieces of furniture, and that hero is done in the entirety, even there 24. I'm going to put Liberta in here as well. And then we're going to do just like we've done before, is we're going to go ahead, once we max these heroes out, we're going to swap in other heroes. But I also do have to put in, let me drop out Rem, because I know we still also do have to put Kelthin in here. There we go, because we only have 2 for him. But essentially, we're getting a lot of copies of Hildwyn. Now, of course, Gwen is in here. The rest of these we are going to build out, which is the reason why we're putting them in here as of right now, making sure that we can kind of build them out. Then we're going to have to figure out where we're going to end up essentially putting them at that point. Because here, even 215, as you can see, we're at 195, 206. We can go with the rest of these. So we're making a lot of progression. And again, we have a lot of events that are coming up. All of it's coming up with the reset. Now, Star Zone, we finally got our rewards. I wanted to go ahead and pull these, see what we get out of here. Hopefully, engraving mats. Hopefully, we get a chest. We are looking to pull that red chest. We still have not seen it yet, ever. I know there's a couple that have gotten the Awakened Heroes out of the chest. Unfortunately for me, we have not seen it. A lot more baits, a lot of engraving mats, which I am definitely okay with. But can we get the rare red chest? And again, with the 5 new heroes we have to build, plus Kelthin, kind of crazy to think how many resources, how many diamonds, kind of everything that we need to build these out. And it looks like we are going to be shut down for a red chest again. Now we have 13 of these. Boom. What do we get? 1, 2, 3. We got a couple Stargazer scrolls in there. We only got 3 of those. And then our last 3, which is going to leave us short. I believe that leaves us short of those premium chests. Let's see where we're at to getting the hero, guys. We are right there. 17 fragments. We need 20 fragments. So we're going to have to wait for another iteration of the Mystic Star Zone so we can actually build those out. Now, Eugene, I just got another copy out of the guild store, almost building him up to that, essentially that 1 star. Boom, couple more in here. Again, those are just going to kind of be recycled. Copy of Mishka right there. And then, of course, more rare heroes. So hero coins, we're kind of just going crazy with hero coins. Let's see if we can pull one more copy of Kelthin, because, of course, we need 2. We need 2 more copies of him. And Stargazer Scrolls, I'm going to go ahead and just keep putting in here. Now, when it comes to diamonds, of course, we are saving all of the diamonds for the dragons so we can build them out. But again, loot-wise, kind of crazy. Even looking at our Temple of Time, 604 emblems at this point. So we have a ton that we're building. We absolutely have a crazy amount. And, of course, look at that. Builds him out to his entirety. There we go. He is up to 5 stars. Even looking at a couple other things, like I said, the Mystic Star Zone is done, but also looking at the merchant ship, we have the dragon. Again, the dragons will be up a little bit later today, but we have Kelthin, and there we go. There's the animated avatar for Kelthin, which we know, dragon-wise, everything is coming up a little bit later today, so we will definitely go ahead and build those out a little bit further, farm through the Dragon Forge trials, get the heroes essentially up a little bit higher. And I feel like going in here and building up this dragon horn just a little bit higher is going to make a big difference. We have to get more copies. We are absolutely going to have to go through here and get some more copies in here to go ahead and build those. We'll get there, though. It'll take a little bit of time, but again, it's kind of the design of it. Short of coming in here and literally just buying all of the resources essentially to build these dragons out. Seems like, again, kind of the same pity timer that we're going in that we've seen before to get more copies of the heroes. And, of course, getting the resources to build them out. Once we do get them up to unlocking signature items, we're going to have, again, a lot of resources in here and a lot of copies of these heroes. Just going to take time. That's all it is, guys. It's going to be a time. It's going to be an investment. But we'll go through here and we'll make a lot more progression. But our guess, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new patch. And as always, thank you guys for watching.